Hello students, let us learn how to add two integers. We have three rules for adding integers, and the first rule is for adding integers of like signs. And the rule says that to add integers of like signs, add their absolute values, then put the common sign. Consider the example 2 plus 3. Here 2 and 3 are having the positive signs, the plus sign. So first we need to add their absolute values. Absolute value of 2 is 2, absolute value of 3 is 3, and 2 plus 3 is 5. Since both the numbers are having the plus sign, we will put the plus sign in front of the number. And we know that we usually don't write the plus sign, so we can also write it as 5 without the plus sign. So consider the next example, minus 2 plus minus 3. Here both the numbers are having the negative sign. So according to the rule, we need to first add their absolute values. And what is the absolute value of minus 2? Is 2. Absolute value of minus 3 is 3. So 2 plus 3 is 5. Then we need to put the common sign. Here both the numbers are having the negative sign. So we will write this common sign, that is the minus sign, in front of the number. So the answer is minus 5. So this is how we add integers of like signs. Now let us learn how to add integers of unlike signs. And we have a rule for adding integers of unlike signs. And the rule says that to add integers of unlike signs, find the absolute values of the numbers, then put the sign of the integers which is having the largest absolute value. So consider the example minus 3 plus 2. Now if we look at the numbers, you can see that the first number is having the minus sign and the second number is having the plus sign. So to add integers of different sign, first we need to find out their absolute values. Here the first number is minus 3 and the absolute value of minus 3 is 3. The second number is 2 and the absolute value of 2 is 2. Now the next step is to find the difference of their absolute values, that is 3 minus 2. And 3 minus 2 is 1. Now we need to put the sign of the integer which is having the largest absolute value. Now if you look at the absolute value of both the number, 3 is the largest absolute value and 3 is the absolute value of the number minus 3, and minus 3 is having the negative sign. So we will put the minus sign in front of the difference of their absolute value. So the answer is minus 1. Let us do one more example. Two minus 2 plus 3. Now if we look at the numbers, the first number is having the minus sign and the second number is having the plus sign. So to add integers of unlike sign, first we need to find out their absolute values. And absolute value of minus 2 is 2. Absolute value of 3 is 3. Now we need to find out their difference, that is 3 minus 2 is 1. Next we need to put the sign of the integer which is having the largest absolute value. Here if you look at the absolute values, you can see that 3 is the largest absolute value and 3 is the absolute value of the number 3, and 3 is having the plus sign. So the answer is plus 1. And this is how we find the sum of two integers which are having different signs. And the next rule says that the sum of an integer and its opposite is 0. That is, if we add 2 plus minus 2, we know that the opposite of 2 is minus 2. So if we add these two numbers, we will get 0. Similarly, if we add minus 3 to 3, we know that opposite of minus 3 is 3. So we add these two numbers, we will get 0. Similarly, if we add any integer with its opposite, we will get 0.